Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about 5 items that I would love to have in my collection. So, let's get right to it. Now before we get started, I do want to thank CliffRacer666 for this idea. I'll have a link to his channel below. You can also check him out in the recent collab video that we did, talking about why we started collecting, along with 8-Bit Glitch 79 and Back in the Day Gamer. Now believe it or not, I had a hard time putting this list together. That's not me saying that I have everything I could ever want in my collection, but I wanted to find some things that maybe not everyone's talking about. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to have like Nintendo World Championship or like Cheetah Men 2 in my collection. That would be cool, but I'm not dropping my life savings on some crap like that. So first up is something that's not necessarily unachievable. I've been asking for it for Christmas for like 3 or 4 years now, but for some reason, even though I bring it up, it's like the only item I tell my wife, hey, this is the one thing I want. I'd love to have it, and I never get it. And that is the Sharp Famicom Twin. Now, if you don't know what this is a Famicom and Famicom Disk System combo. I don't know why I've been wanting this so badly, but for some reason I've just been fascinated by it since I first saw it. Now, the last time I checked, this wasn't super expensive, but let me tell you, during this whole quarantine situation, prices have skyrocketed, like, insanely. But hey, maybe 2021 will be the year I finally get one for Christmas. Again, hint hint, wife. Yeah, I'm calling you out on YouTube. Next up is another combo console, and that is the Sega Genesis Cdx. Now, to be honest, I didn't know this existed back in the day. I didn't learn about it until probably like 2015 when I saw, I think, Metal Jesus Rocks talking about it. But you know what? As big a Sega fan as I am, I have to have this. But man, the price has gone up over the years, so who knows? Next up is the Vectrex. Now, I gotta admit, I'm a little bit jealous of my good buddy Clay, who aside from YouTube is pretty much my only video game collecting friend. Now, if I remember correctly, I think he was trying to work out a deal for me to get one too, but I'm guessing that didn't work out. But this is just a cool little console. I mean, you gotta admit, it's pretty neat. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, these aren't that unique, James. What about DuckTales? No, not this. The gold cartridge that Capcom released. Now, to be honest, I didn't know anything about this until years later, which really makes me mad because I would have jumped on this in a heartbeat. I'm guessing this was released around the same time they released the remastered version, which I had a lot of fun with. Apparently only 150 of these were made, and let's just say, they're not cheap. So last up, speaking of gold cartridges, what about the gold Famicom Punch-Out cartridge? Yes, Punch-Out, one of my favorite games of all time. Now, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think these were given out for like some sort of competition or something. I will say the only drawback about this game is the fact that it doesn't have Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson wasn't included until it came to America, and then later on was included in the Famicom retail release. I haven't checked the prices on this one, but I know sometimes the prices kind of go all over the place. Well, anyway, guys, those were 5 items I would love to have in my collection. With that being said, I do have a couple of announcements I want to make real quick. The first announcement is the official launch of the Nerdstillery podcast. Now, if you're asking yourself, why a podcast with the YouTube channel and all this kind of stuff? Well, the wife and I have had a lot of ideas of things that we've wanted to rant and talk about that we didn't really feel like would work in a video format. So, what's the next best thing? A podcast. And then when I brought it up to my good buddy Shane, who's kind of the co-founder of Nerdstillery, he jumped on board. So the first episode is officially live. It is me and Shane talking about video game movies over the years. Now, we don't talk about all of them, but we highlight some of the good ones. But every episode isn't going to be like video game related or like nerd culture. It's going to be all over the place, so if you're interested in checking it out, I'll have a link below. Second announcement. Now, I know you've been thinking throughout this whole video, James, where can I get an awesome hoodie like that? You know, you can't see it, but I know you were thinking it. But bam! That's right. So a couple of weeks ago, I got some t-shirts and hoodies made for the wife and I posted a photo on Facebook, and I was kind of surprised by some of the feedback I got. So it got me thinking, why not release some merch? Now, I know you're thinking, really, James? You have like 300 subscribers. Who the hell is going to buy your shit? Nobody cares about you, blah, blah. You know, I like to think that some people would like to support up-and-coming YouTubers. I like to think of myself as up-and-coming, right? I mean, it's coming along. But to be honest, I thought it would just be fun to have, but I had 2 stipulations. One, I did not want to deal with inventory. I still have t-shirts and CDs from back when I was in a band. No, I'm not dealing with inventory. With that being said, I wanted a cheap but good quality on-demand service, so I'm thankful that I found a company called Printify. This isn't endorsed or sponsored in any way, but so far I've been very happy with their products. So I ordered a sample of everything I have in stock. Now this is the first t-shirt I had made for the wife and I. This is just kind of that iron-on kind of crap, and this cost me way too much fucking money. And I really wish I had known about this beforehand because I really like this shirt a lot more. So this is what you would get if you ordered from the website. And I don't know how much different you can tell in the video, but this isn't that like iron-on crap. And it kind of looks a little bit more like vintage and retro. I really like it. I can't remember what I'm pricing these, so I'm gonna put them right here, but I'm not worried about making a profit. I just thought it'd be fun to have some merch and make them as cheap as possible. Plus I know like shipping is expensive and all this kind of crap. Now the hoodie actually turned out about the same as this one, but it's significantly cheaper than the one that I bought. But yeah, this is the hoodie that you can order right there. Bam. And again, I'll have the price right here. And again, I'm not making a big profit off these. It is what it is. With that being said, what else do I have? Coffee mug. That's right. Yeah, you can drink some coffee while supporting Nerd Stillery. Or tea, you know, whatever your thing is. But if you're like me and you think all those items are way too expensive, I got you covered. We got some stickers. To be honest, I'm pretty sure I'm not making any profit off these, but hey, it is what it is. They're stickers. Now, the only real issue I have with Printify is the fact they don't offer a storefront, but you can connect to other services like eBay or Etsy, which I'm using Etsy for now. Later on, I'm gonna try to make my own. But if you are interested in checking this out and doing your own kind of merch, I would recommend getting samples because, you know, also read the fine print because I wanted hats made. This is entirely my fault. It was not the company that made this. It was my fault. I didn't read the fine print. But you know what? If I ever wanted to know what the wife and I would look like if we were on an episode of The Simpsons, as I drop the hat, bam, there it is, right there. Look at that. Yeah. The rest of it looks pretty cool, but yeah. So I do recommend getting some samples made. Again, they're pretty cheap. I was so shocked by how affordable and good quality the products that I got were. So again, not endorsed or sponsored, but if you're a small channel like mine and you're interested in having some cheap merch for people to support you, check it out. Well, anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. I'll have links in the description below of everything I talked about. And you know what to do, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I will see you again next time.